I wanted to show you an update to the spreadsheet that I've created. After playing with it for a little bit, I realized there were a few pieces that I wanted to have access to while on the main controls, and so I added those in. If you haven't seen the first video, it might be helpful to watch just to understand how some of the character pages interact with the main controls. But the main idea is you need to make sure your character page is completely filled out, um, like so, and then it will be pulling that information into your main controls. So the few things that I added was I wanted monsters to be automatically generated if it was time on the time effect. And so I added that feature. You can change that from yes to no, and it will automatically generate or not automatically generate, depending on what you've chosen. There is the encounter mod that I added up here as well. That's pulled from the character sheet, so make sure you fill that in because it does affect the dice rolling when you automatically generate a monster. And I also added the fate and life up here just so I could see that a little bit better. So the way this works, oh, also, I just recently got the Adventurer's Companion, and so I added those monsters to this pool of monsters. If you just want to be playing from the base game or just the Adventurer's Companion, choose those. But if you want a big pool of all the monsters, you can go ahead and choose both. So you click Add 1 hour, and when it's time to generate a monster, it checks to see if it should, and it will if it's supposed to. And in this case, no monster was generated. And you can see in the background here, I'll show you really quickly. It rolled a d10 and rolled a 10, and my monster level was 5, and so it did not create a monster. So we're going to try that again and see if we can get a monster this time. So I just went back by hitting Command Z or Control Z and generated again, and this time I did generate a monster. So we got the goblinoids, and it shows all their stats here. So that way you don't have to go into your manual to look them all up. It does tell you the abilities, and if you're not sure what the abilities are, you can hover over that and just kind of scroll through and take a quick look. If you don't remember what they mean, you can always look them up. Once you defeat these goblinoids or escape them, then make sure to click the X to get rid of them so they're cleared out, and just continue on in the game. If you need to generate a monster for another reason, maybe you entered a red room and so you need to generate one, you can always click this randomized dice and it will automatically generate a monster for you. It does apply the encounter mod to make sure that's part of there. And just make sure you clear it after you defeat or escape it. That was a helpful piece for me, and I hope that you enjoy that as well. Please let me know if there's anything that you'd like to see added in the comments on BGG, or you can just send me an email.